Vijay. But on one hand, we have NDA leaders openly talking about giving an invitation to Vijay to join NDA. They are saying that Vijay can't do it alone in 2026 assembly, in 2026 elections. But Vijay is very clear about not really joining NDA. So all these discussions were held in today's meeting as to how to really tackle Vijay, how to take down and dethrone DMK. So this was the main point of discussion in Piyush Goyal's meeting with Edappadi Palaniswamy.
All right, Annika, thanks very much for joining us with those updates. And speaking of Vijay, the TVK, the Tamizhaga Vetri Kazhagam, has claimed that according to its internal assessment, the party will get this, cross 30% in vote share in the upcoming 2026 Tamil Nadu Assembly elections. Now, the TVK, speaking to India Today, has confirmed that in their survey, which has in fact about 40,000 people as the number of people who've been surveyed essentially, they claim that amid that it's very clear the TVK has a maximum support from the people of Tamil Nadu. But here's also what's interesting. In that particular survey, they've said that the DMK's vote percentage is also going to show that it's a direct fight between the DMK and TVK. This is what Vijay's party maintains will be ultimately the result in this election.
இன்று மக்கள் அனைவருக்கும் தெரியும், இன்னைக்கு தமிழ்நாட்டுல மிகப்பெரிய ஒரு அரசியல் செல்வாக்கு உள்ள மக்கள் செல்வாக்கு உள்ள ஒரே கட்சி எங்களுடைய கட்சி. எங்களுக்கு ஆல்ரெடி 30% மேல இருக்குன்னு சொல்லி பல சர்வே ரிப்போர்ட்டுகள் வந்திருக்கு. இன்னைக்கு திமுக வந்து தனியா அவங்களுடைய தனிப்பட்ட முறையில் அவருடைய வாக்கு சதவீதம் எடுத்தால் கண்டிப்பா 20-21% தாண்டார் திமுக வெற்றி. அதே அதிமுக உங்களுக்கு தெரியும், கடந்த தேர்தலில் அவங்களுடைய மேக்சிமம், அதாவது அம்மா இல்லாமல் ஒரு தோல்விக்கு அப்புறம் அவங்களுடைய மேக்சிமமே 19.5% தான். அது நீங்க எங்களுக்கு தான் இன்னைக்கு தமிழ்நாட்டுல ஒரு தனிப்பெரும் கட்சியாக அதிகமாக மக்கள் செல்வாக்கும் அதிகமாக மக்களின் அன்பும் பெற்ற ஒரே கட்சி எங்களுடைய கட்சி தான். யாரையும் முதல்வராக்க எங்களுடைய தலைவர் கட்சியை ஆரம்பிக்கவில்லை. யாரையும் முதல்வராக்க எங்களுடைய தலைவர் கட்சியை ஆரம்பிக்கவில்லை. எங்களுடைய தலைவரை முதல்வராக்க மட்டும்தான் மக்கள் ஆதரவு கொடுக்கிறாங்க.
So here's what the internal survey of the TVK looks like. It had a sample size of over 41,000. This survey placed the DMK as the favorite party. So the TVK, in a sense, right now confessing that yes, they're at number 2. According to them, DMK is still number 1 with a 32.9% vote share, followed by the TVK at 31.7%. That's nearly 32%. So they're saying that they will easily cross the 30% mark. Then the AIADMK at 27.3%. The remaining 8.1% of respondents opted for other parties. Again, I'll highlight that this is the TVK's internal survey. So what does that look like? According to the TVK in seats, their seat projection summary from the internal survey shows again the DMK on top, but barely 104 seats. The TVK at 74 seats and then the AIADMK with 56 seats. There are several districts that have been identified by Vijay's party as their strongholds. According to them, Chennai, which is usually a DMK stronghold, will go their way. They also are saying places like Chengalpat, Dharmapuri, Madurai, Pudukkottai, Ranipet, and then you have some other south districts as well. Thoothukudi, Tenkasi, they believe will all go their way. Tirupur as well. So those are some of the list of districts that we've put out for you. Let me open this up. Is this actually possible, or is this delusional on the part of the TVK to talk about a 30% plus vote share? Joining us on this broadcast, we've got my colleague Prabodh Madhav, who accessed that internal survey. We've also got with us Dr. Sumansi Raman and Dr. Sandeep Shastri, political analysts, with us on this broadcast. Pramod, to you first, what do you think of this survey?
Well, Akshita, one thing I can clearly say is that this also is considered as a mood of the nation, where they have conducted the survey based on age, religion and gender, and 41,000 plus voters have been brought over here. And this particular survey, just like you mentioned, and just like Nirmal Kumar, the leader of the party, claims that more than 30% of vote percentage TVK has. However, their own internal survey actually also says that DMK stands at a voting percentage of 32.9%, which is almost 2% more than what TVK is currently. And this seems to be the strength for Tamizhaga Vetri Kazhagam, and this is what Vijay is reiterating, claiming that the actual contest is only between DMK and TVK. So he's actually clearly setting up a narrative. I will still say AIADMK is a sleeping giant. Unless AIADMK has the twin leaf symbol, unless the symbol is alive, that means MGR's image is still alive in the people's heart, and that
okay, so underestimating AIADMK, but promote 30% plus vote share currently. You know, this internal survey is right now. There's a lot of talk about what will happen in the upcoming months, but right now, as things stand, you're on ground. 30% plus vote share for Vijay's party. Is that even possible?
Well, to be honest, he is able to bring the crowd, but that crowd is just to see Vijay, cheer Vijay. But when it comes to voting, there are a lot of factors when it comes to Tamil Nadu. I will have to say caste plays a very important role, demography plays a very important role, that area plays a very important role. Certainly, Vijay is very famous when it comes to urban areas. What about the rural areas? That is something you need to see. So all these factors will have to play a very important role, and only then this survey will reflect on the ground, Akshita.
Okay, I'll bring in also Suman C. Raman and Dr. Sandeep Shastri on this broadcast. Dr. Suman C. Raman, what do you make of these numbers of the internal survey by the TVK? I'm not surprised, of course, that they're showing themselves doing far better than many would say at this stage, because this is, at the end of the day, look, their internal survey. But DMK number 1, TVK number 2, AIADMK number 3. Do you think that this makes sense?
No, I don't think it is very realistic, for the simple reason that I don't think the TVK has the momentum to win. They will certainly get a sizable vote share, Akshita. Make no mistake about that. They are going to get 20% or even 23-24% of vote share. It is possible. Does that mean that they will win the number of seats? I don't think so. Second, you're doing an internal survey when even the alliances have not been, have not coalesced.
Correct.
So who is AIADMK here? Is it just AIADMK plus BJP? What if PMK joins them? Then that takes them to 32%. PMK is around 4.5% vote share. So if you are doing a survey, the idea is to find your own strength is fine. And I don't know how on earth they've even extrapolated this into seats, which is the most ridiculous thing. With 30%, it's extremely difficult to win a significant number of seats in Tamil Nadu.
They put
even
74,
assuming
yeah.
that No, one more thing, Akshita. People generally have a pattern of voting. There is something called the bandwagon effect. If there is a feeling that, let's say, the AIADMK BJP combined is better positioned to defeat the DMK, some of the undecided voters who may have gone for Vijay may go for them, and vice versa. If Vijay is seen as the winning horse, more voters may dump the AIADMK BJP combine and come over to Vijay. So this whole argument that three groups will get 30%, I mean, it doesn't make any sense at all. It's never happened before in Tamil Nadu to see three groups each getting equivalent percentage of votes, not as far as I can remember. The point again is that these are surveys meant to boost the morale of the cadre.
No, I agree, which is why we're constantly adding that caveat that this is an internal survey. But Pramod, since you've gone through the fine print of that survey, how does the TVK arrive at that number of 74 seats? It's a big number. And the biggest concern, which I remember you raised when you were here in Delhi too, is about how they would be able to translate their vote share into seat share, because that would mean that they have strongholds, which they don't have right now, though they've identified some.
Well, that is one particular reason why Vijay is very much carefully doing his campaigns, and he's not taking any time of break when it comes to doing his campaigns week after week, because he knows that as long as he steps in the ground and keeps showing his face, there are high chances that he can actually convert his fan base into votes. And this is why after every kind of campaign does, it looks like they are consecutively doing this survey just to analyze what is exactly happened over there. We still have a big question mark as to how it's going to translate, because we do agree with Suman C. Raman, because on one side, alliance plays a very important role on the ground. How BJP ADMK is going to do so or such, but what's happening currently is that on one side, Vijay indirectly at least is projecting himself as MGR, and now Vijay has started also claiming that he is not bothered about those who are not on the field. He did not mention whether if it is AIADMK or BJP, but he definitely is negating a very big player, that by only projecting that it's going to be DMK and TVK. That seems to be his only narrative, and that is what he wants to feed his fans or cadres and push them further, Akshita.
No, but also, Pramod, you look at the breakdown right now, the TVK seems to be conceding that yes, we have some ground to cover, because the DMK is still number one, whether it's vote share or seat share. They seem to be expressing confidence that we've already gone past the AIADMK. This is easier said than done. To some extent, there will be questions about whether they are also underestimating the AIADMK here. You look at those numbers that they've given, about 27.3% to the AIADMK. And again, that question that Suman C. Raman asked, have they also accounted for alliances?
Akshita, one thing we need to see very carefully. For almost 2 months or so, Vijay is actually using MGR. Vijay is talking about MGR. In a way, Vijay is actually using everything about MGR, his legacy. But so far, AIADMK has not majorly objected it. So there seems to be an undercurrent in that particular issue. And here, what's happening is that he is only trying to actually tell his cadres that they are becoming number 2 and then soon they will become number 1. This itself, they call it as a very big advancement because his party is not even 2 years old. Years old, and there are so many issues within. They don't have proper district secretaries, they don't have proper booth committees and such. Before that itself, they are getting this much amount of number, and clearly on the ground, when it comes to the youth, he seems to be having a large following. Even imagine, recently even DMK conducted its own youth wing meet, and those kind of repercussions are still happening.
Outreach,
so that seems to be the strength Vijay is concentrating on. It very clearly sees that way.
Okay, final response from Dr. Suman C. Raman. Right now, if you look at the situation in Tamil Nadu, I would concede that most people you speak to talk of TVK being definitely a factor, Vijay definitely being a factor, and vote share being at about 15%. So you look at it in the next few months, if their campaign strategy goes the right way, if Vijay continues these mega rallies, speaks of the right issues, this is a probability that maybe the vote share can reach even a 30%. But the seats really is the big question mark. And how can TVK actually ensure to you, Dr. Suman C. Raman, that conversion of vote share into seat share? That's the big question mark right now.
I think one of the things that they will focus on is concentrate on a few key areas. So I think that you had also put up a caption where it showed them particularly strong in areas like Chengalpet or Chennai and so on. This is bad news for the DMK, because if you look at the areas, I don't know if the caption can come up again, where you had mentioned the areas where the party is particularly strong. The Madurai, Pudukkottai, Ranipet, Chennai, for instance, is a DMK stronghold. And some of these areas, for instance, Tiruvallur is again a stronghold of the DMK combined. Kadalur is again a DMK area. So Tirupattur. So the Tiruvarur is in the heart of the Kaveri Delta base, which is a DMK stronghold. So if they've identified these areas as where they are getting sizable votes, then it's going to be a real problem for the DMK to counter that. But one important thing, if they spread themselves too thin, look, Akshita, it's not just about booth workers, it's about money. Elections need a lot of money. Nobody today has more money than the BJP and the DMK. Nobody in India. They're probably the two richest parties in the country. So it's not so simple to say that, we did a survey of 40,000 people and we got 31% vote. Converting 31%, I'm not saying 31%, I'm saying converting even 3.7% vote will be a huge challenge. Getting the people out to the booths, ensuring that the booth agents are available to motivate the cadre. A whole lot of things remain to be done. And I think Vijay is being a little optimistic. Yes, he does have momentum. He has made an impact. There is no doubt about it. But my gut feel is probably closer to 20% or thereabouts.
All right, let's see how it plays out. This is an extremely confident TVK, or maybe an attempt to boost the morale of their cadre, saying that we will get a 30% plus vote share and over 70 seats. Very, very ambitious target that they're setting for themselves. Dr. Suman C. Raman, thank you very much for joining us. Pramod, as always, thanks. Now, things are getting quite heated in Tamil Nadu. The DMK, AIADMK engaged in a video war, and they're resorting to using AI. We've seen this becoming the trend now with political parties. Two videos, the DMK releasing an AI video mocking EPS, showing him as a slave of Prime Minister Modi, of Sashikala. The AIADMK then responded, releasing its own AI version, featuring Chief Minister Stalin, Udayanidhi, Kamal Hassan and other TN ministers, calling them slaves of the Gandhis. Take a look at these two videos, judge for yourself which is better.
Stalin தான் வந்தாரு அல்வா உருட்டி தந்தாரு
Clearly political temperature is peaking with some fun videos, AI videos that are now doing the rounds in Tamil Nadu become the norm really in the run-up to an election. Let's focus now on Kerala. Again, a state that's going into elections in April. Horrifying incident that came to light that we reported here on India Today in the last 24 hours of a migrant labourer from Chhattisgarh being lynched in Kerala's Palakkad because locals, the people who killed him, mistook him to be a Bangladeshi. But it's triggered a fierce political blame game. Why? Because the Pinarayi Vijayan government is claiming that the RSS, the right wing, is responsible for this lynching.
A migrant labourer from Chhattisgarh brutally beaten to death in Kerala's Palakkad. In chilling visuals, a mob questioned his identity and moments later, the labourer, identified as Ram Narayan, was lynched. As the disturbing visuals spread, outrage followed and so did politics. The left government alleges ideological hatred behind the crime, claiming RSS-linked individuals were involved. The CPIM claims that out of the 5 arrested people, 4 are Sangh activists.
സംഘപരിവാർ രാജ്യമാകെ പടർത്തിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന വർഗീയ വംശീയ വിഷത്തിൻ്റെ ഇരയാണ് രാംനാരായൺ ഭയ്യാൽ. പക്ഷേ നിർഭാഗ്യകരമെന്ന് പറയട്ടെ, ആൾക്കൂട്ടക്കൊല എന്ന് മാത്രമാണ് മാധ്യമങ്ങൾ ഉൾപ്പെടെ ഇപ്പോൾ പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്.
The BJP hit back, accusing the CPIM of shifting blame, saying law and order lies squarely with the state government.
This incident has a CPM party worker, many CPM workers as involved in that. The FIR will bring the details of that. The video details will bring out the facts about that, as well as the former Gram Panchayat member who belongs to the Congress. She was also involved in this incident.
The BJP has also demanded strict action against the lynch mob.
ഞാൻ മനസ്സിലാക്കുന്നത് ഒരു ആൾക്കൂട്ട ആക്രമണമാണ്. ഏതെങ്കിലും രാഷ്ട്രീയ പാർട്ടിയുടെ ആക്രമണമായിട്ട് നമ്മൾ അതിനെ കാണുന്നില്ല. BJP പ്രവർത്തകന്മാരുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നിയമപരമായിട്ട് അറസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്ത് ജയിലിലടക്കണം. പിന്നെ BJP പ്രവർത്തകർക്ക് അധികാരം കൊടുത്തിട്ടോ? BJP ഉണ്ട്, CPM ഉണ്ട്, കോൺഗ്രസ് ഉണ്ട്. ഒരാൾക്കൂട്ടത്തിന്റെ മനഃശാസ്ത്രവും രാഷ്ട്രീയമാണ്. കേരളത്തെ പോലെയുള്ള ഒരു സംസ്ഥാനത്തിന് നമുക്ക് യോജിക്കാൻ പറ്റാത്തതാണ്. അങ്ങേയറ്റം മനുഷ്യത്വരഹിതമാണ്. അതിൽ ഉൾപ്പെട്ടിട്ടുള്ള ആളുകൾ ക്രിമിനലുകളാണ്. ആ ക്രിമിനലുകളുടെ രാഷ്ട്രീയം നോക്കിയിട്ട് അത് ഇന്ന പാർട്ടിയാണ് ഞങ്ങൾ പറഞ്ഞില്ലല്ലോ. ആൾക്കൂട്ടത്തിന്റെ രാഷ്ട്രീയം ഈ മധു കൊല്ലപ്പെട്ടപ്പോ, ഒരു അട്ടപ്പാടിയിലെ മധു കൊല്ലപ്പെട്ടപ്പോ
The Congress also joined the attack, accusing the Pinarayi Vijayan government of failing to rein in hate politics and warning that mob rule is taking root in Kerala. Meanwhile, after talks with authorities on Monday, Ram Narayan's family received his mortal remains with most of their demands accepted. A migrant worker came to Kerala to earn a living and never returned home. As politics escalates, justice for the victim remains the real test. With Shibimol KG in Thiruvananthapuram, Bureau Report, India Today.
And finally, we're seeing a crackdown against the accused involved in the Kerala lynching. Remember, 5 people have been taken into custody, but the Kerala police has now made it clear that the stringent SC/ST law will be slapped against the accused. This is one of the demands that was put forth by the lynched victim's family, seeking justice. They refused to accept the mortal remains for hours, saying, go ahead and slap the SC/ST law. The Kerala top cop, the DGP, is now confirmed that yes, the SC/ST law has been used against the accused, and has also confirmed that all of the others involved in this crime. Because mind you, while 5 people have been arrested, what's very clear is that in this mob lynching, many more were involved. The Kerala DGP has confirmed that they've all been traced, will be arrested very soon.
We have identified the accused persons. We are taking action there. We have arrested a person there, and others are also others who have been identified will be arrested soon. The SIT is investigating the case very efficiently and under the direct supervision of the Honorable High Court of Kerala.
Okay, I'll bring in Shibimol for more details on the story. Shibi, finally we're seeing the much-needed crackdown by the authorities against the accused. Take us through the latest updates in the investigation and also the politics that's playing out, Shibi. I think one of the questions that's constantly being asked is, of the accused who've been arrested so far, do any of them have links to the BJP or the RSS?
Akshita, the mortal